Welcome to my koi pond, August 2025. I've done a lot of videos showing the same areas, and I've been getting a lot of questions about intake bays and negative edge and why have both on the same area. Absolutely love watching the wildlife come in and do their thing. So back to the intake bay, and neglecting to do a video on that. The intake bay I added after I had built the pond, and to be honest with you, it's one of the best things I did to the pond. So my intake bay is actually over here. It's right in the center of the picture here. Now, the pond actually used to stop right in between this boulder that looks like it's at the base of the tree there, and this other tall boulder. So what I did was I seamed the liner which also helped create my pitcher plant bug. But here at the intake bay, you can see this pile of rocks right here. It's about 1.5 feet tall. Probably one of the shallowest areas in the pond. And this area here is only about 4 inches deep. But the fish have no problem going over it. And that leads to my intake bay, which is about 17 feet long and 12 feet at the absolute widest. It's kind of in the shape of a teardrop. You can see it's hardly 12 feet wide here. It's only about 5 feet. So this area, once the water gets past the weir, the water slows way down, and as you can see, it's a nursery. I got a million baby water walkers back here. Along with that, there's tons of baby fish. I don't know if they're koi or if they are minnows. I think it's mainly minnows at this point. The koi only were spawning about a week ago. So in this area, I keep telling people that my walls in the pond are actually angled back a little bit. They are not straight up and down, but they're not that steep of an angle either. Just enough where I can take flat rocks, stand them up on top of each other, and then what I did was, once I got the rocks laid out in the configuration I liked, I actually took waterfall foam and I sprayed under it, in between it, and that doesn't so much glue the rocks in place, but it squeezes the rocks in place. The foam, it molds itself to every nook and cranny on the rock, and you'll get a lot of the foam that squeezes out in between the rocks. Leave it alone, let it dry. Once it dries, take a multi-tool or your hands and just snap it off. Very easy to do. And This is the way I get in and out of the pond usually, right here. These rocks here, unfortunately, I was trying to save some golden club, which is this plant right here, and they're not doing so well. You can see one of them right there. It's hurting. Anyways, I'm in and out of the pond in this area to do maintenance, to get to the pitcher plants on this side. And these rocks, literally, I can kick till I'm blue in the face and they don't move. They're not moving. So anybody that says waterfall foam is not a viable option, I disagree. So I'm going to go underwater. Hopefully I won't lose the picture and you can see a little better. Love watching nature. Anybody that doesn't know what this dragonfly is doing, I believe she's placing eggs into the water. And she was disturbed a couple times by another dragonfly. But dragonflies are definitely creatures of habit, and if she's not done, she'll be back. But here is the other dragonfly that didn't like her being here. So back to the negative edge. When I was underwater, I brought the camera at the end there to my dam where I have some large boulders holding back all the water. And I also then did use mortar. I used the same technique with placing the rocks side by side. But I actually used mortar in between them. So I tied all the boulders together with mortar and rocks over the seams. So any pressure had to push on all the rocks, not just any one particular rock. And it's been 8 years, and so far so good. See more water walkers over here. Added bonus for you. Camera likes to just shift directions when I go underwater. Fish don't mind me being in there. I am stirring up the pond quite a bit. So one other thing I have done, the negative edge itself, see my lens is terrible right now. The intake bay leads to a negative edge where the water goes over that, so it's pulling off the surface. It then drops into another little pond down below there. The net is to keep the heron out in the back of the pond, which I can barely see from my patio. And I will actually place a net underneath the waterfall. Just a regular pond net on a pole. And the leaves will drop into the net. I go back there, the leaves are all collected for me. Works well. So, which do I think is better, the intake bay or the negative edge? I like them both. I think they should both go together. Forget your skimmers, although if you have a really, really big pond, they can certainly be of benefit to an area. One thing I want to show in this video, and I'm trying to get out, is my pitcher plant. I'm sorry, sundews. Yeah, picture's gone. Well, they're right there in the picture. Unfortunately, I'm all fogged up. So I guess I should call it quits and happy ponding.